Hello.
Hey. So we accidentally took a week off. Good.
Interesting. One restaurant we go to all the time, and she never gets the club sandwich.
Yeah, I've never gotten it. It's probably really good.
You need to step out of your comfort zone.
So, thanks for the advice. So the other day, I had seen one trailer, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to see that. It looks great."
I saw zero, no trailer,
But I told him, like, "Hey,
no picture.
I told you it sounded good."
Okay, but you explained it to me. It sounds like a boring premise of a movie. Like, it didn't sound dramatic. It sounded like just very like.
I don't know what I said.
Almost like a documentary is the way she described this thing.
Maybe I accidentally. But what documentary is not good? I love a documentary.
A lot of documentaries are not good. There's good documentaries and there's bad documentaries.
So this was like 2 weeks ago. When was this? I don't know.
It was.
We went to go see
Was this 2 weeks ago?
We went probably-ish. We went to go see The Fabelmans, which, like I said, I had seen the trailer, looked really good. Go to see it, and it was finally playing in Visalia. And we go, and he's grumbling the entire way.
Unfortunately.
And we get to the theater, and he's like, "Dude, I could just leave. I don't have to watch this, right?" And I was like, "Well, why did you even come?" Then we get our snacks, we sit down, and he looks around the crowd of the elderly, because it was an elderly crowd, I'll admit that. But it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. What time? We went early.
It was early. It was, I want to say it was like 11 or 12.
Yeah. It was definitely.
But there was literally not one young person in that crowd.
And he said, "Everything I need to know about this movie is looking at this crowd." So, did you or did you not?
The way you described it sounded like a documentary for older people. Yeah. Like, the way you described this movie was like, my grandma's gonna enjoy this movie.
So we go, what's wrong with your grandma enjoying a movie? You can't like the same movie as her?
I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like, it sounded very much like something that just wasn't interesting to me.
Okay. So not even 15 minutes in, probably. I think it was very early on in the movie.
It was maybe 10, 15 minutes.
He turns to me, he's like, "This is really good." And by the way, the whole 15 minutes, I was praying in my head, "This movie better be good. This movie better be good." I remember a few years ago, probably more than 10 years ago, going to the movies with my mom and my sister or somebody, but I know my mom was there for sure. We're up at like the top row. We're sitting there. Previews are on. My mom's off. We are sitting ducks. And I remember the phrase, sitting ducks. So we are sitting ducks. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Anybody can come in here and kill us all right now." And I'm like, "Why did you even put that thought out?" And this was, I think, even before like the, Aurora, Colorado shootings, that my mom was like, had this idea that everybody's out to get you.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, I mean, you gotta look at her job too.
Yeah. But like, as far as trying new things, having that mindset scares you too.
Yeah.
Because then you're just like, "Oh, well, I better not try that because, I've heard people are this way or people are that way."
I definitely have to be more open-minded about certain things. So I definitely was taught to be so closed-minded growing up.
Were you a chicken strip only kid? Or you were even worse than that?
No, I was like McDonald's hamburger, nothing on it but ketchup.
No cheese?
No cheese. No, I mean,
pickles?
I don't even know if I ate pickles.
Oh, wow.
Maybe pickles and ketchup. That's what it might have been, pickles and ketchup.
Okay.
But it was like plain other than that. No onion, no mustard, nothing.
Oh,
And it was like hot dogs, hamburgers, and Slurpees. That's what I grew up on.
Slurpees.
Slurpees.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that's what I grew up on. Not trying anything new. And as soon as I got older and started trying new foods, it opened up a whole world. Like, I was like, "Oh, this stuff is really good."
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was when I was young, I had a sensitive palate or something, maybe. Like, everything was so strong and so, like...
I think a lot of little kids are like that, though.
I don't know. Because I know your palate changes over time and you do taste less.
So, is that true?
Yeah.
Oh. Taste less?
It's put me into positions that people don't realize. Like, it affected my whole life. Like, really. Like, even my past relationships and everything. it's affected those things. And I'm finally to the point where I'm being comfortable with myself, with you, and coming out and being like, yes, this is me, and I feel supported in being me and doing new things or things that I've always wanted to do.
So you're saying this is a safe place?
And we're not.
No. Okay.
We've learned to not be so bored with what we're doing.
No. We're going off on a tangent again.
Keeping ourselves busy.
No, what I'm trying to say, I think, is that like in your day to day, life feels very fast, and like it's just you're moving through things because you're not necessarily trying new experiences or whatever. Yeah. It's just like work, go home, whatever. Yeah. And if you try new things, maybe even like small, like go to a new restaurant. We went and did pottery.
You know what?
Then it was like, oh wow, that was really fun.
I feel like trying the new experiences makes you retain the memory more. Yeah. Because it's a new experience, and it makes things seem like longer and more meaningful to you.
And you feel like in the moment. Don't you feel like
that?
In
the moment, yeah. Because like the monotony of doing the same thing over and over again, like it just makes the day go by so quick because you're just like, I'm just doing the same thing I always do. Yeah. Like me, I work, and it feels like while I'm working, like you, it might be a little different, but like for me, it's like I'm doing the same things every day. I teach 3 periods of the same English class, and by the time I'm at my 3rd one, I know exactly what I'm going to say, what joke I'm going to say, what joke's not going to be funny to the kids, and I just, it feels really repetitive to me though. So I'm not saying you don't repeat a lot.
Hey, you guys.
Just let them.
They're growling over there.
But
I think this is an interesting topic.
I think it's an interesting topic. I want to cover more of it, just be a little more prepared next time. Yeah. This week was kind of like, we need to get back into things. We don't have anything prepared yet.
I also, even this podcast, like making this video, has been a fun thing to do. And like editing it and stuff like that, it's like out of our comfort zone in a way too.
I've always wanted to do it. Yeah. And I've never had the opportunity to do it. And for one thing, like, we don't have like extreme like equipment, We're filming on an iPhone. We edit on a cheap, older MacBook. We could do this stuff with better equipment and make it look nicer. But for now, I feel like the content is what we need to focus on. Because without having good content, what's the point in having better equipment? Yeah. I
think Spielberg would agree with that.
Yeah, I think he would.
Content over quality.
Content over quality.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Okay, well, thanks for this week.
And
thanks
also
for getting back into it.
Thank you. Thank you for pushing me to do this week, because I wasn't feeling it right now. And I was like, we do need to make a video. Yeah. But also, now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh well. I guess we'll talk about it next week. All right. Have a good day.
Bye.